Hello again. We're going to continue on ladders, walking, working surfaces. So let's get continued. We're going to talk about 1910.25 stairways. And not as opposed to, sorry about that. Got to let you know up front, full disclosure, there's no stairway to heaven. Although there's supposed to be a stairway to heaven, there's a highway to hell, so you know which one's going to get more traffic. Anyhow, moving right along, the application, this section covers all stairways, including standard, spiral, ship, and alternating tread type stairs, except for articulated stairs, stairs that change pitch due to change in height at the point of attachment, such as those serving floating roof tanks, stairs on scaffolds, stairs designed in machines and equipment, and stairs on self-propelled motorized equipment. So there's a few exceptions, but mostly the stairs you're going to use most of the time are covered by this standard. General requirements: the employer must ensure that handrails, stair system, and guardrail systems are provided in accordance with 1910.28, which we haven't covered yet, but we're going to, unless you're doing this out of the sequence. B2, vertical clearance above any stair tread to any overhead obstruction is at least 6 feet 8 inches, as measured from the leading edge of the tread. The tread is the part of the stair that you step on. Spiral stairs must meet the vertical clearance requirements in paragraph D3 of this section. Stairs have uniform riser heights and tread depths between landings. So from one landing, that might be different, but between landings, they have to have uniform riser heights and tread depths. Now that's 6 foot 8 inches. That's the minimum clearance too for a path of egress. Stairways, landings, and platforms are at least the width of the stair and at least 30 inches in depth as measured in the direction of travel. So sometimes you have landings or platforms in between. That's what we're talking about here. When a door or a gate opens directly on a stairway, a platform is provided, and the swing of the door or gate does not reduce the platform's effective usable depth to less than 20 inches for platforms installed before January 17, 2017, less than 22 inches for platforms installed on or after January 17, 2017. So you can see they had a standard in there, 20 inches. They didn't think it was enough. They added 2 inches. Doesn't sound like much, but it's 10% more. And so that's a good idea. I mean, if they thought something that thought it should be better, they made it better. Each stair can support at least 5 times the normal anticipated live load, but never less than a concentrated load of 1,000 pounds applied at any point. Okay, this is a little bit ambiguous because 1,000 pounds, it says concentrated. Is that 1,000 pounds per square foot, per square inch? Doesn't say. So I don't know how that is. I'm sure there's an interpretation on that, and I'm sure I'm never going to have to use it too. But that's a little bit ambiguous in there. Standard stairs are used to provide access from one working surface to another when operations necessitate regular and routine travel between levels, including access to operating platforms for equipment. Winding stairways may be used on tanks and similar round structures when the diameter of the tank or structure is at least 5 feet. So if it's a tank 5 feet in diameter, you have steps winding around it, which makes a lot of sense. Spiral, ship, or alternating tread type stairs are used only when the employer can demonstrate that it is not feasible to provide standard stairs. When paragraph B8 of this section allows, that's what we just talked about, allows the use of spiral, ship, or alternating tread type stairs, they are installed, used, and maintained in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. Again, here's a case where OSHA is telling you it has to be with manufacturer's instructions. And that, even if it's not written, is unwritten in most OSHA regulations. If you have something, and usually it refers to like a piece of technical equipment where OSHA can't write instructions for all that stuff, you've got to be using it in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. And so, and that's what they're saying here. And it makes sense, so they don't have to write detailed for everything, detailed standards for every little thing comes down. Okay, this is a door gate opening. Talked about D7, door gate opening on the stairway. There's the stairs, the door. platform, the door swing, you got to have 22 inches from the time that door's open to the top of the stairs. Give people room there. That's what it's for. Standard stairs. In addition to paragraph B of the section, the employer must ensure standard stairs are installed at angles between 30 to 50 degrees from the horizontal. So the angle of the stairway going up is 30 to 50. So you went at 45 is halfway between 90. So you can see that there has to be 30s less than that and 50s a little more. So about a 45-degree angle, a little bit more, or a little bit lower, quite a bit less from the horizontal. Have a minimum riser height of 9.5 inches. Excuse me, a maximum riser. It didn't look straight. A maximum riser height of 9.5 inches. That's pretty high, but that's the maximum it can be. So have a minimum tread depth of 9.5 inches. Okay. That's how deep what the part you step on is the tread, and the part that goes from one tread to the other is a riser. I mean, sometimes there's not a physical riser there, but that's what it's called. Have a minimum width of 22 inches between vertical barriers. And exception to paragraph C2 and C3, the requirements of these paragraphs do not apply to standard stairs apply prior January 17, 2017. OSHA will deem those stairs in compliance if they meet the dimension requirements specified in table D1 of this section, or if they use a combination that achieves the angle requirements of paragraph C1 of this section. And this didn't copy too well, but you can see they have a standard a chart in there, stairway riser and tread dimensions to give you the angles there. So 40-degree angle, you have at 8, is a tread, 9.5, a riser and tread to give you and you can see here at a 45-degree angle right here, you would have, you would have an 8 3/4 inch riser, 8 3/4 tread, 45-degree angle. They'd be the same, which makes sense. So you can look that up it's in the standard if you ever need it. And this is just like the nosing is that little thing that sticks out. The tread is the part that you walk on. The riser is the height from the top of the one tread to the top of the other tread. So the minimum tread width is 22 inches. The minimum tread depth is 9.5 inches, and the maximum riser height is 9.5 inches. Spiral stairs. In addition to paragraph B of this section, the employer must ensure spiral stairs have a minimum clear width of 26 inches, have a maximum riser height of 9.5 inches. All right. Have a minimum headroom above spiral stair treads of at least 6'6" measured from the leading edge of the tread. This is 2 inches less than the 6'8" that they have for regular stairs. Have a minimum tread depth of 7.5 inches measured at a point 12 inches from the narrower edge, and have a uniform tread size. Uniformity in stairs is important. If you're walking down, if you ever had that happen, sometimes like on the bottom step, you're walking down a pair of steps and you hit one that's not the same, it kind of throws you off balance. Ship stairs. In addition to paragraph B of this section, the employer must ensure ship stairs are installed at a slope of 50 to 70 degrees from the horizontal, have open risers with a vertical rise between tread surface of 6.5 to 12 inches. So the open risers means a lot of solid space there. It has to be open, and have a minimum tread depth of 4 inches. That's not very much. And have a minimum tread width of 18 inches. Now they're ship stairs. They're very steep and they have no solid riser in there. So you can have, and that's why they have a minimum, a short depth of the tread so that your foot can fit under the other tread, because there's no riser there blocking. There's no solid piece in the rise there. So that's our ship stairs. And again, they're starting at 50 to 70 degrees. So 50 is the maximum for a regular stair. So that's steeper than regular stairs. That's what they're getting at there. Alternating tread type stairs have a minimum tread depth of 8.5 inches, have open risers if the tread depth is less than 9.5 inches. Now, they can have closed risers, but if the tread depth is less than 9.5, it has to be open. Have a minimum tread width of 7 inches, measure the leading edge of the tread. And so there's your different angles for alternating tread. Ship stairs, standard stairs, you can see between that 30 and 50 degrees, ship stairs between 50 to 70 degrees, and alternating tread type stairs too. between that 50 and 70 degrees. And ramps go from 0 to 30 degrees. We had some alternating type stairs at OK Foods in on the back of plant one to get up to the top, top where some equipment was, and they weren't used by the general people, that was just used by maintenance people or inspection people, and they were, you had alternating stairs inside, so and they were pretty steep, and you had handrails. You better hang on to them. But there weren't a lot of room back there. That's why they had them like that. So that's all we have for stairs. So let's again read this standard so you can get another look at it. These are important. You will run into problems on this, and especially the most times I've seen problems with stairs when you have contractors come in and they're building stairs that aren't necessarily open to like the general use type of stairs, like in your office and stuff like that. But where if they have some equipment and they build stairs to it, and they don't pay any attention to this, they just throw the stairs up there. So you got to be careful about that, especially when, like I said, contractors most of the time. All right, and that's it for Stairways. Be safe.